Welcome to the Brian Nhira podcast. My name is Brian Nhira, and I am your host. And today I'm going to be talking about the stages of an independent artist journey. I broke these up into seasons, quote unquote, like seasons of an independent artist career. So the first season that I kind of came up with is the starting season. And this is the hardest part. The hardest part usually of anything is starting, and it's no different from anybody else. Like it was the hardest part for me, making the decision that this is something that I'm gonna do, because it's not easy not having the support or the money backing of a label or, an investor. You have to be the one to fund yourself. You have to be the one to put up the upfront investment into your career, and that's not always easy. So other things that happen within the starting season is, number one, you start writing. You're writing music. You're, doing sessions with other people. It took me a little while to start doing other sessions with people. I think it worked out for me because I was able to kind of establish my sound and how I wanted to do things and the vision that I have for myself, which is the second thing, figuring out your vision for yourself. It is so important that you kind of know, what you want the end to look like, the end goal. Like, what does your end goal impact look like as an independent artist? And so that it gives you a lane, it gives you a vision to run off of. I think that's really important. Have a vision for yourself. Figure out what that vision for yourself is. And then the last thing is this in the starting season is you start to release music. And, I think a lot of us want the conditions to be perfect for when we start releasing music. But the fact of the matter is you just have to start. And it's very likely that not a lot of people are going to listen to your music at first. But if you're consistent, if you're persistent, if you have perseverance, at some point people will start listening to your music, and they will start gravitating toward it if you're true to yourself, if you're true to your vision, and you're consistent in that. Okay, so the next season that I would say as part of the stages of an independent artist journey is the team building season. This is so important. You start figuring out who's going to be the representatives who help take your career to the next level. This is a vital step in the life of an independent artist, especially because you don't have a label who gives you a full team of people to help you with every single aspect of your business. For me, I started with a manager. My brother became my manager in 2014. And so we started working together. He was really integral in helping me strategize and helping me make sure that the business aspect of my career was really locked in tight, because it's important as an independent artist that your business stays tight. You want to make sure that you're paying taxes. You want to make sure that you're keeping receipts, that you're getting all of your write-offs and everything that goes into helping your business last. Okay. The next thing, I think you need a great producer. The producer actually might fit better in the starting season, but he also is a part of your team. I was really blessed to at the beginning of my career to have a producer named John Coggins. He was a jack of all trade producer. What is that? A jack of all trade producer is someone who can play multiple instruments. It's someone who can mix and master and do all the engineering for it. So I was very blessed to find an engineer who was able and willing to do the whole process. And so finding a producer who believes in you, who believes in your sound, who can help take your sound and your songs to the next level is so important in that team building season and that starting season. And then the next thing is a creative team. Find a creative team who's going to help you package your songs, because in the day and age and in the environment that we're currently living in, it's got to be so much more than the song. Obviously, the song is the basis of the song is the basis of all marketing. Like, if the song's not good, it's really hard to market it, but you can market subpar songs and make them successful. But when you have a good song and then you have a creative team who can help you package the song really, really well, like there's no telling how successful your song can be as an independent artist. I remember Would You Still Love Me when we first put that together. I had an amazing creative team, videographer, who was able to really bring the video to life. We had, on the ideation team, my little sister Faith was very integral in that aspect of coming up with the idea. My brother was the executive producer, helping make sure all the talent and everything stayed together. And then we all came together. At that time, also we had a girl named Brittany helping us with set design and all that different aspects. Sonia's helped me. Sonia has been integral in set design lately in my career. And I actually made my little sister Faith my creative director not too long ago, and that has proved to be huge in my career. So the team building season is so important. There's other people who you'll want to start adding into your team. You'll want to start adding the legal aspect. You want to start adding a lawyer who's going to help you once you start doing, publishing and all that other stuff. And, even if you wanted to have a publisher, you could do that as well. Your distributor is also a part of that team build season. Finding a good distributor. We use TuneCore. TuneCore has been amazing for us. We've had the opportunity to create relationship with them recently. So that's been awesome. So the next season I want to talk about in the stages of an independent artist journey is the building audience season. This is so important because you got to have an audience. And what's going to happen is that I think what happens as artists is when we get into step into our independent artist journey, we have an audience that we want. We have an audience that we've seen maybe another artist have that we want as our fans and followers. But I want to really encourage you not to covet other people's audiences. Build your own audience. And how do you build your own audience? Release music and allow the people that come to listen and be faithful and grateful for them. One of the ways that you can engage with them and be faithful and grateful for them is reply to their comments. Take time to, if 20 people comment on your video post, you should be taking time to reply to them. This is paid dividends in my career. I'll literally meet people when I go out and they'll be like, you responded to my comment. I couldn't believe it. And people will ultimately comment back and be like, I can't believe that you replied to my comment. Most artists don't do that. That is something that will really help you in that building artist season. The next season is the opportunity season. This is the season where opportunities start coming in. You've been releasing music, you've been putting content online, and then you start to receive opportunities. People start to hit you up. More and more people are viewing your stuff. Maximize those opportunities and use them as catalysts to bring your artistry and your career to new levels. Okay. And one of the things I really want to encourage you is that opportunity and exposure, it comes in waves. It comes in waves. So you want to be very, very, very careful to be a good steward of those waves of opportunity and exposure that come to you. Because what you do with the waves of exposure and opportunity determines whether you'll be able to operate on that new level. Like for me, The Voice. I knew that The Voice was just another step in my career. So what I really wanted to focus on was making sure that I did a good job of being a good steward of that wave that was coming. Okay, so the last thing on the stages of an independent artist journey is the faithful season. Okay, the faithful season. This journey as an independent artist, if you stay an independent artist, it's a long journey and it's a hard journey. And each phase requires that you are faithful to the process. I remember when I first launched out as an independent artist, I was like, I'm just going to be one of those artists that goes, shoots right to the top. And that didn't happen. But that's okay because I found that there's so much joy in the journey. There's so much joy in the process. So enjoy it. Be faithful in this season. Trust God through it all. And most importantly, don't stop chasing your dreams. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to this episode of the Brian Nhira podcast. Make sure you subscribe on whatever platform you like to listen or watch on.